Good morning, Mr. Brannigan and fellow classmates. Today I'll be informing you my experience with COVID-19 or coronavirus, as well as informing you about just more information about it. And I hope you guys enjoy. So, on March 12, 2020, the world, not for me, but for other people, changed. A new deadly virus called COVID-19 or the coronavirus began to spread throughout the world and entered the United States. My father, being in early March, had to go to the city every day and was one of the first people in the United States to get it. So I would say, I think he was one of the first 1,000 people in the country to get the coronavirus. So this was a big deal when my family found out. We were put to quarantine for 2 weeks with little information about this virus, and my father being very sick, having pneumonia-like symptoms, headaches, and fevers really scared me and my family because everything we've been hearing was bad. So we thought, honestly, that he might die. So it was very scary. And luckily now he's doing okay. He's 100% healthy, just like the rest of me and my family, because we ended up all getting it. And all I have to say is my mother, my brothers, and I got it way less bad than my dad. We only lost our taste and smell, which is apparently a symptom that everybody's been dealing with who has gotten it. And for the most part, is the only symptom, if you're healthy, that you have gotten. But COVID-19, it started in Wuhan, China in 2019. It is believed that it began from a bat escaping a lab in Wuhan. This bat was carrying a virus and was found to be eaten and further spread by other people in China. The virus can be spread from human saliva, the air, and human contact. Due to China's heavily dense population, it spread at an immense rate. In quote by Dave Mosher from the World Health Organization, the first case of the novel coronavirus was reported in Wuhan, China in December. So this is 4 months before we actually knew about it, because we heard about it 3 months. So we heard about it beginning of March, and this happened kind of late December. At first, doctors didn't know what it was in China. They referred to it as a pneumonia-like illness, as a new type of coronavirus, quoted by Dave Mosher. The virus starts to spread and kill people at a fast rate, which is very scary because this is all happening and we don't even know about it yet. The first recorded death was January 11, 2020 in Wuhan, China, and by February 11th, only a month later, there was already reported 6,598 cases, confirmed cases. The virus tends to attack elderly people, disabled people, and people who are very sick. This is because they have a weak immune system that's hard for them to fight off the virus, which makes it hard for them to survive. It is found that the virus lowers your immune system as well, so the people who already have a lowered immune system, it's going to make it even twice as hard for them to get past this virus and survive. But not only for those people, it's very bad to get this virus, but for smokers. Smokers, this is bad because smoking obviously affects your lungs, and this virus tends to affect your lungs just as bad as smoking does. So due to the virus having pneumonia-like symptoms, smokers have trouble fighting off pneumonia due to already having lung damage. Smokers have a tough time already being able to hold their breaths compared to normal people. So the virus will have even more impact on those people. Quoted by the World Health Organization, tobacco causes 8 million deaths a year from cardiovascular diseases, lung disorders, cancers, diabetes, and hypertensions. Smoking already kills 8 million people just right off the bat a year, and the coronavirus will make these numbers definitely shoot up if we do not do something about it. Illnesses that often develop impact many of the same major organs as COVID-19. Doctors and researchers have noted that the lungs, heart, and vascular system are particularly vulnerable when it comes to a person being infected with coronavirus. This was quoted by Laura Coverson. She's part of the Cali News, I believe, and it's pretty bad there as well as it is over here, so I'm assuming this information is all correct. Heart attacks, strokes, and slow suffocation brought by emphysema, one of the most chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases, can be linked to coronavirus. So you can have coronavirus and then you can get emphysema, and that is, from what I just read, not fun. The disease lead many people to have them to be put on respirators and ventilators, which are both needed for those who are extremely sick with coronavirus. So the upping and respirators and ventilators for people who are sick were huge. And although there are many ways for someone to die because of the coronavirus, I believe that it's slightly overhyped and it is not lethal to healthier people. I believe this because I experienced it, my entire family experienced it, I have friends that experienced it. So from their personal experience and my personal experience, we personally believe that it does not affect you as much as everyone is saying. They said COVID-19 is 10 times more dangerous than the flu. Even though that is the case, people need to remember that there's no vaccine, and that once there is, that the disease will be minuscule because it is not as strong as the flu. It is just 10 times more dangerous than the flu because there's no vaccine for it. Scientists are racing to produce a safe and effective coronavirus vaccine by next year. Researchers are testing 46 vaccines in clinical trials on humans, and at least 91 preclinical vaccines are under active investigation in animals. This is quoted by Carl Zimmer of the New York Times. He demonstrates that there's vaccines actually getting looked to be put out by 2021. So hopefully that is the case for all of us, because this is something we need. Corona is obviously harmful and can be, but I feel like it's not the worst disease, and it's not the worst disease we should be focusing on. Cancer has been around for hundreds of years and there's still not known cure. Not saying we will find one, but maybe corona is inevitable, just like cancer for the time being. My PowerPoint will further explain the amount of cases we had globally and the amount of cases we had nationally. So, current COVID cases in the United States is 8 million right now, and worldwide it's 39 million. Current deaths in the United States is 218,000, and worldwide it is 1.1 million, which is big numbers, but the likeliness of you dying from it is very low, and the likeliness, I'd say, of you getting it is very low as well. The New York cases and death cases are 484,000 right now, and deaths are 32,000. So it is not extremely bad, but we definitely need to take precaution in New York. So to end my speech, through experience from COVID-19, I believe the news and the social media overhyped the virus. I do believe this because of everything I went through. I believe the news overplayed the virus due to the lack of information we had. They were basing their facts off the amount of people were getting and how fast it could spread. Even though the death rate was still pretty high, since then it's gone down tremendously due to precautions we have made it to avoid the coronavirus. So wearing masks, standing 6 feet away from each other, and all of the above. But yes, Mr. Brannigan and fellow classmates, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have a great day. Stay COVID-free, stay inside, stay healthy, and I wish you guys the best of luck. Have a great one.